Okay, let's begin. uh, Good morning to everyone. God bless us all. So we are now on the screen, the planning and control management part 4. That is program progress monitoring, updating, and controlling. Our previous episode was part 4, session 1, which we discussed the introduction, program reviews and preparations, that involves creating program for our first update, and also revisiting and reviewing project setups and details. And here are the list of those setups and details. Okay, our current episode is part 4, session 2. It is about the progress update 001. And we have to discuss the preparation of site performance report format, and also the preparation of site resource report format. Okay, moving forward. Okay, here is the general information and assumptions for our progress update 001. Progress update 001. The general informations that we assume here is that the status date will fall on the end of the month, that is 30th June 2021. And the period, it includes a period of June 1 up to June 30, 2022, because this is our first update. So the project start is the same as the data date. So, and there is the delay scenario. So for this first update, we assume that there is no delays or disruptions reported. Okay, the first step we need to do here is to provide a project teams with the formats for site performance report, and the other one is site resource and expenses report. That is in monthly interval, where as we assume the agreement that the reports will be in the monthly interval. It shall be reflected in the activity that will reflect the activity progress and actuals of resource and expenses, and report back the same. What I mean is that these reports, these two sets of reports, site performance report, and the other one is site resource expenses report, should be in monthly interval, where they shall reflect the activity progress and actuals of resource and expenses, and then report back the same to a project planner or scheduler in a monthly frequency. It is on or before the end of the month as possible, so that it will have a ample of time for reviews and doing some corrections of any errors that may encounter. Also take note, it is the duty of the planner or scheduler to validate the reports prior to updating the program to avoid wasting of time due to erroneous reports. And the same, the program update must be distributed to project teams, especially to project manager, for review and comments and address. And the planner addressed the same accordingly prior to submission to client or owner. Or the most effective move is for the project manager, planner, or scheduler to initiate and preside a coordination meeting to collaborate the progress reports and address every comments, issues, and recommendations prior to submission to clients or owner. Let me show you the site performance report formats that could look like this. Okay, so this will be the site performance report that will be provided into site personnel for them to fill up the progress of the activities for every period, or this is a monthly period. And this shows the monthly period from 1 to 10 months. So every month, we will be the planner and the site personnel will be doing the same thing as this. The planner will send that, or I mean this format will be filled up by the site personnel who are in charge of the work or the activity. Okay, what they need to do here is to, it is already listed here all the activities for the project. Now it is not really that all of these activities will be updated for the first month. So only those activities intended or is planned to be done for the first month will be updated. Or if the performance within that month is really good enough, and the second month activities started while it is not yet planned, so it is better. It is good for the organization or for the project that being ahead of time. So here in the remarks, issues, and comments, so the people in charge or the personnel in charge in here will have to put some on this if they have some comments or remarks or issues. Let's say, for example, especially the if there are some occurrence of the delay events within that month, so they should have reported it here. They can make a note here on this column, and some other issues that is really necessary or significant that may impact the project performance. And also here in this column, it shows that the data that must be provided is the for each activity. Let's say, for example, mobilization for temporary facilities here. For each activity, the data to be provided by the people on site is the activity percent complete, meaning let's say the activity is 50% completed, or the other one is the actual expenses expense cost. If the activity has a an expense cost, so they have also to update the cost or how much they spend or spent for that month regarding that cost. Okay, so the same thing that you will be doing for the second month up to the last month. If the project is doing well and they can finish it maybe on time by the 10th month or ahead, or if there are some delay events or delays or disruptions that may occur that impacts the longest part of the project, so it may extend from 10 months down to 11 or whatsoever, how much is the impact of the delays or disruption or any external influences. Okay, and here at the bottom, I put in here the footer, the revision date, the revision box, where the people in charge may put the dates in here so that there is a, there is a documents that we can trace how many revisions they have done before the approval of the project manager for the submission. And also, maybe there should be some approvals of the planner for the validation of the progress and the final approval of the project manager. That is good to go for submission. And also there is a check who may be checking it. Of course, their supervisor or whoever. Okay, and then we have here the revision also, how many revisions they have done. But actually, this is only for the internal purposes. But this box, the revision box, is really important in the submission of the official submission of the program. Like, for example, for the baseline, detailed baseline program, actually, the first submission, there's a lot of comments in there to be rectified. So revisions are not really necessary, the recording of the revisions before the detailed baseline program will be approved. There is a lot of revisions that will happen before the approval. Okay. So what else? So we put here 10 months because first we have to initially 10 months that we can able to finish the project by 10 months. Okay. So we will look for the other format. This one is the site performance report. Now the other format is the site resource report. And here it looks like. Okay, this is the site resource report. So the first reports that report format that I've shown to you, that is for the performance or progress of the activity. But here, this is the actual resource reports. That means we have to track the actual units of resource that are being employed or used in a certain activity. And also the actually the expenses is not included here anymore. It is included under the activity or a performance report. So if you can see here, the activity name here is required, activity name column, the resource name here, we can see here the columns for the resource so that we know where we have to put our progress data here. And here we put here the actual units. So, and this one is should be tracked in a daily basis. Actually, there should be a tracker on site to do this work. They have to track all the resources units that are being used in the activity for this period of month period, and it should be tracked in a daily basis. So that is why I put here the time scale is from 1 up to 30 days. So that every day they have to put how many laborers they have. Let's say, for example, fuel here. They have to put here on the first month how many liters of fuel they have used. And also for the laborers, let's say, mobilization for site construction, how many laborers they employed or deployed on site. And the same thing for the other activities. Okay. So next, I also put here the check box, I mean the revision box, only for tracking purposes of the revisions of the changes made internally within the organization. So anything else? Actually, we can prepare this format, all of this format in MS Excel spreadsheet or other applications as we wish. But since we can prepare this in Primavera P6, why not, right? So we will try Primavera P6 to do it, and I'll show you how. Actually, this is not really an official document. That is only for internal purposes document that will be coordinated to the project teams. Now let's prepare this format in Primavera P6. Okay, how we can do it. So here it is. Let's open our Primavera. Okay, here we go. Now, what will be our first step in here? So we will go to the activity window. So this is the activity window. If you can open it here, project, then activity window. And we will create, we will open the, I think we have already prepared the layout for the activity spreadsheet, right? So we can use that layout. We can save it as a layout that we will be creating now. So what we need to do here is we have to go to view, layout, and save as. So we will open first our activity spreadsheet. So let's open here using the shortcut menu for the layout opening. No, and then let's look for the activity. Okay, activity usage spreadsheet. Here it is. Okay, apply. Now here. So this is our previously developed activity activity usage spreadsheet. But now we will use this format as a template in creating our what do you call this, our performance report format. Okay, so we have to save it using this shortcut icon. We have to save it as we will put in the project. So we will save it as let's say site performance report. Okay, and then save. Okay, here we go. So the next thing we have to do here is to look at the column here. What column do we need to show here on this format? So let's say activity ID, that's okay. Activity name, that's okay. So here, duration, we don't need it. This is only for tracking format. So we don't need this duration. Start, we don't need it. Only the actual and finish we need. Okay. So we will show the next that we will show the actual start and actual finish. So let's go to date. This is the actual start and this is the actual finish. We will insert it in our column for this format. Okay, and then highlight it. We will put it under. Okay, never mind. Next is we have to show the columns for the remarks, issues, and comments. So I think we can find it in the user defined. If we can find it here, so we can use it. If not, then we have to define it in under. We have to define it in the user defined field. So here we can see the remarks here. So it is already defined in here. Actually, this is customized items only. That is not really from Primavera. That is the user's preference. So highlight it and then we'll put it here. Okay, so we'll put everything in the center of the column. And then center, edit, and then center, highlight, edit column, and then put it into center. So the remarks, since our format shows, so we will rename it into remarks. And then next is issues. And then comments. We're just following the format that I've shown a while ago. Okay. And then apply. So here we go. This column for the actual start and actual finish are all blank. It is because we have not yet it is because the people on site will be the one to populate that this area. Okay, so every required the columns here, the people in charge of the activity or project or for the tracking of the progress will be the one to populate these areas here, the same as in remarks, issues, and comments, as I explained a while ago. So if you can see here, since we are prepared, this is only for a tracking format, so we don't have or we don't need this data in here because it is the tracker will be the one to fill up this area, this data, and then submit or relay it into the planner scheduler for updating the schedule or program. So we will change these parameters into the actual cost or actual units. So what we need to do, right click in here on this window for the Gantt chart window, right click, and then spreadsheet option. No, not that one, the spreadsheet field. Right click again and then spreadsheet field. So we will look for the time interval or the monthly interval for the units because we need a units in here. So actually the units that we have to put here is what you call this is the type of resource, but we don't have the total units, the budgeted total units here because you know the units, the unit of measure for units are not the same. Let's say, for example, we can have a resource of materials, so the units of the materials are not the same as let's say, for example, material units is in square meter, while the resource for the manpower, the units being used in there is the man day or man hour. So they are not the same. So that is why when it comes to units, we should be specific to the type of resource. Okay, so we can use this one. We will use the actual. Okay, so we look for the actual let's say units. Actually, we can use this one, you can use this one, but we'll try to use the cost. We will use the actual total cost. Actually, this is only for internal purposes so that we can be able to create this format on how we want to look at it, regardless of the what I mean of the parameters that we'll be using here. So, okay, so we'll put it here. Since actual total cost, well, there will be no cost yet at this period because we have not yet updated the program. Unless it is updated, then it will be shown. Okay, then apply it. So if you can see it, so there is no more values here on the period of the 10-month period. So actually this one, we can hide this one, just click this one because we don't really need it. We are already aware that we need to put the percentage on this column, percentage of the activity. Okay, so we'll move it here. Okay, and then save it. Then we will check the header. Okay. So what happened to the header? I think it hangs again. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we will change the header. Header and footer, we will finish it first. Okay, the header is site development. The layout name is report, site performance report, report 1. Why? Because it is because we use the layout name here. We adopt the layout name. So we will change that, remove that one, and then we will go to layout. And then yes. And then we will, because there is a lot of layout here, we will delete it. And then we'll change it to this one. And then apply. Okay, then let's preview it again. So there is no more -1. So we will edit it, site performance report. And then we have to show there the, let's say, for example, first we will check this one so that there will be no problem in typing the S. Okay. So we will, let's say we will, what do you call this? We will put a note here that it is for actual activity percent complete and actual expenses. Actual activity percent complete, actual activity percent complete, and actual expenses. So apply. Okay, apply. What happened? Let's do it again. Actual activity percent complete and actual expenses. Let's close it. This is to note that we will be our data will be in the percent of the activity completed completes and the actual expenses. Okay, then okay, and then apply. Okay, let's remove the border. Okay, what else? The data date. Okay, I think this is crowded. The header is not enough for the height, so we will add the height. Add it. Okay, and then let's insert here a site performance report in here. Okay, site performance report. Oh, no. We will be using the highlighted, we'll be using the layout name and then add. Let's change the color into maroon. Okay. And then this one, we will change it to blue. Okay. And then okay, and then apply. So, this still is green. So we will change it to maroon. Okay, apply. Okay, we will remove the border. Okay, we're done. We will try to reduce the header height. If it's okay, it's possible. Okay. Next is the footer. We will go to footer. So we have two sections here for the page and at the right and at the left for the revision box. So we'll go to the left section, then choose a revision box and then apply. So the revision box is small, so we will use the footer height to increase it. Let's say 1, then apply. So the revision box is already here. We have here the page number and the total number of sheets. So we will try to reduce this one. Okay, then apply. You can add more sections on the footer and the header if you want. Just divide it into 3. Just use this arrow. And if you want the header will be on the first page only, you can use this one, include only on first page. Okay, like that. And if you want to show the divider, just check it here. And that's it. Okay, let's apply it. Okay. So it's already done. No, not yet, because we don't have here the data. As you can see it there. That's our problem now. But don't worry about that one. You go to page setup. Okay, and then here on the options, we have here the time scale start is data date. That is right. We can use also the project start because the data date and project start at this moment are still the same unless we started to update the schedule. It will not be the same anymore because data date is dynamic. It is moving while the project start, it is the same. Okay, so data date, that's fine. And this one, how can we do that? So that means we will be using the 30 days, right? So data date plus 30 days. Okay, you get me? Okay, then apply. But still, it is not shown. Okay. It is because here we have to check this spreadsheet. Okay, if you want the Gantt chart to be shown here, just check this one and this one. Oh, okay, and then apply. So Gantt chart will be shown. But if you want the activity to, just apply, and then activity and Gantt chart will be shown. But if you want this spreadsheet and you don't want this, just remove it. Okay. Okay. So what happened? It is only 1 month. It is because the time scale is set to monthly interval. So we have to go back to the time scale. We will close this first and then save it to be sure. And then right click here and then go to time scale. Then we have to set this time scale into, let's say this one month. We have to move it into day. And this one we will move it into, let's say week and day 1. Okay, and then apply. So just stretch it out. Okay, no. Stretch it. Move this. You have to move this here. So moving the window, just look at the cursor. It should be look like a hand with 4 fingers. So you can move it the whole as a window. But if you want only to stretch the window, so if you can see the cursor in a mirror like a what they call that, the magnifier. So you can click it and then just like that. Okay. Actually, I already told you this. So it's done, right? So save it and then go to preview again. Okay. Oh, it's already 30 days. So what we need to do now? So this is already done. So this is good for distribution to the project site for their use and the tracking of site performance report. Okay, so we have to print it into PDF. Okay, and then let's say we will save it into, actually I have already done this before. So what shall we name for it? This one, site performance report. Just highlight it and then overwrite it. Okay, and then yes. Okay, done. So the next that we have to do is the site resource report. Okay, so the first thing to do here is we have to go to into the resource assignment window here. This is the short icon. Just click it. And then we are now in the resource assignment window. And if you can remember, we have already prepared earlier the resource usage spreadsheet. So we will open it and then save it into our format that we are doing now, right? So let's open it. Use this short icon layout open. And now we will go to, let's say, where is the site? Okay. Resource usage. And I will use this one. Okay. Okay, this is the resource usage that we had just finished in our previous session. So let's save it into using this save as. Let's save it into what? We will save it as the site resource or report under the project site resource report and then save. Okay. So what next? So the column that we need here is the activity name, resource name, budgeted units. We don't need this. Actually, they were already distributed on our resource usage spreadsheet for the information of every team members. So we will remove it. And then we will change it to remarks. So remarks, we can find it in the user defined field. So we will find remarks. Here we go. Highlight it. Okay. And then make it at the center. And then we will rename it into issue and comments. Issue and comments. Okay, and save. Okay, and then apply. Okay, we will see the okay. Okay, we will organize this by WBS and by WBS and by the resource name. So we will go here to group and sort. Actually, you can go here, group and sort, and then customize. So we will change this into the first the first to organize here, we need first the WBS, and then I will put it under level 3 so that we can put here at the next level the resource name here, and then let's check the sorting. The sorting is start to finish. That's okay. So what do you think? So I think we need to make this resource name a little bit bigger or the same as this one. So we will make it 12 Arial. We will make it 12 and bold. And then what color do we want? Let's say we'll make it as green. Okay, and then apply. So here. So resource name fuel, but actually the name is so very long. So we have to get back to group and resort and then customize. Here, if you highlight it here, you can see here at the bottom, the group by options. Hide it empty, if empty, that is needed, but we will show only the name and description of the item. So we have to remove this one. And also let's highlight the resource name. So we will remove also the title and ID, which will just show the name and description. But on your actual work, somebody or some teams may need this item, ID or code, so you can put it. But for now, just for our exercise, we will just put the name and description and then apply. Okay, so here you can see the green band are the resources. So in every resources, there is an activity that it is applied. So here, let's say, for example, fuel. Under the activity of mobilization, we have a fuel consumption budget for the temporary facilities and for the mobilization. Okay. Okay. So what is next? So here we will we will remove this what do you call this one? I think we need to filter. What is the filter of this? We will check the filter if it is for all activities. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we will remove this one. We will change this into, instead of budgeted units, we will change this parameter into, let's say, right click and then spreadsheet field and then customize. We will change this budgeted units into actual. So actual units, we will put it there, here. Okay, and then apply so that it will be cleared. And also the time scale, we have to use the 30 days only. Here, it is shown that it is 14 months. So we will use only the 30 days for the format. So right click and then time scale. Here under the primary date, we will use the weekday. And then we will use the day. Okay, and then apply. So I think we have already done this or not. I feel that I am doing the same thing as a while ago. Anyway. Oh, 30 days, right? 30 days. Okay, let's move this one. 1 day, and then this one is 30 days. Okay, let's save it. And then let's look at the preview. Oh, you can see it's so dense. Anyway, don't worry about that one. We will go here at this print setup or page setup, and then go to option. And then we will use the time scale start, project finish, that is okay. Time scale finish, that should be a data date plus what 30 days. So 3D. When you use month, when you use week, you can use W. When you use month, you can use letter M. Okay, and then apply. So here we go. It's done. So we will revise the modify the header. Actually, the header is already coded. The project resource forecast. No, that's wrong. So let's say we will go there. Okay. So we will use the layout name. I'm not sure if there is a layout name here. Layout. Okay, there is none. So we will be retyping the, okay. Let's rename it to site resource report. Okay. And then let's say we will put at the bottom, enclose it with actual daily units. Daily units. Okay. And then apply. So we'll make this as blue, the color to be blue, so that it will be recognized immediately. Okay. So that means we have to track the site resource report and using the actual daily units. So meaning we have to put the actual daily units in every activity or every resource for its activity. Okay. So I already explained to you how to edit this one. Okay. I think this is done. We will check the bottom, the footer. So we will edit the footer with a revision box. Okay, we go to footer, and then here the page. Okay, 2 sections. So we'll move this one and apply here at the left section. We will change this into revision box and then apply. So the revision box is too small, so we can increase the height of the footer to make it 1. Okay. So it's already done. Actually, these are 3 pages. So we can minimize it as if we want by reducing the font size, reducing the WBS level. There's so many ways if you want to fit it into 1 page. Okay, but this is only a demonstration on how you can prepare this kind of format. So now we will print it for distribution to the project teams. Print it into PDF. And then let's say we have already here the name here. There is just highlight it and then overwrite it. And then yes. Okay, I think we are done. Okay, I think this is enough for today. So let's continue this on the next session. Okay. So our next episode could be part 4, session 3, program progress monitoring, updating, and controlling. And this is about progress update 001. We will be updating activities, actual dates, percent progress, remaining duration, actual resource assignment units, and the actual expense cost. This means we have to update or apply the reports into the Primavera P6 program. Okay, and see you for this episode, and thank you very much for watching. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And this is the end of our session. And God bless to all. And goodbye, everybody.